Assalamualaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Awards Open Day. So I would like to thank all of you for making time to attend this open day. Welcome PKK Tuanku Bainun representative, judges, I can see parents, I can see teachers and nominees. All right, so today with me we have our team. We have from Women Girls and Pusat Kreatif Tuanku Bainun, Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. So if you guys see the one who wear black and the one who put on Zoom background, that is our team lah. I will introduce them from time to time. Okay. So my name is Diana. Today we will be giving you a walkthrough of the submission. Mesti ada yang still keliru, right, about this submission process. No worries, you will leave this open day with everything you need to know. Okay, so prepare your question. Okay, so before we begin, I am Diana, a program officer from Women Girls. I'm a program lead for the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Awards 2021. Hosting with me today is Arshad. So maybe Arshad boleh lambai sikit. So Arshad is Head of Creative Programs from Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. Also the alumni judge for these awards. Right? So let me share with you guys what is the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Awards are. Okay. You guys can see our screen, right? All right. Okay. Give me a moment. Yeah. All right. So what is the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemaker Awards? Okay, the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemaker Awards is a celebration of young people who are making a social impact through initiatives and projects that they have started within their communities. Okay, so these awards recognize these young changemakers to enable their stories to be heard and inspire other children to change the world. All right. Okay. Next, I will be telling you guys a little bit about Women Girls. So, Women Girls is the long name is Pertubuhan Pembangunan Kendiri Wanita dan Gadis. In English, we call Women Girls. We are NPO, not-for-profit organization based in Kuala Lumpur. Our primary operation includes developing programs to drive empowerment for beneficiaries, which include women and girls from the urban B40. Monthly household income below 2,500, as well as children and young people. Women Girls also, Women Girls programs are anchored to practical objectives that involve empowering our beneficiaries by inspiring them to become role models to their peers and community, exposing them to informed options to help them in their personal life and careers, and matching them with the resources they need to realize their potential. All right. Among Women Girls flagship programs include Goal, Kerja Kerja, Young Changemakers, and Ibu Nakhoda Hidup. Women Girls work with grassroots communities by engaging them with the opportunities available beyond what their environment allows them access to, as well as working to drive policies and implementation to be championed at the government and board level. All right, that's what about Women Girls lah. So now I will let Arshad to share a little bit about Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. Over to you, Arshad. Maybe you can open your mic dulu.
Yes, it's a very important step. Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Arshad. I am the head of programs at Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. We are a non-profit organization. We are located in Taman Tun Dr. Ismail. We have a center there of around 2.2 acres that we use for our creative arts programs. So our creative arts programs range from theatre to culinary arts to music to visual arts to dance. We also do arts adjacent programs, other programs seperti entrepreneurship. There are programs such as debate. We also work with organizations, other organizations to provide choir classes. And yeah, we are also active and about to be active in youth change making to other programs as well. And we work with kids from all over Klang Valley, from every walk of life. And our main beneficiaries are B40 children from schools to shelter homes to juvenile delinquent schools, and also from low income housing areas. So yeah, that's Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. Back to you, Dee.
All right, thank you so much, Arshad. Wow, so you heard that right? Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun does so many programs for kids, so do follow them on social media for upcoming events and programs. Yeah, I will share the social media details at the end of this session. All right, so stay tuned. All right, now let's talk about how you can join the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Awards 2021. Jadi, how do you know if your project should be submitted? Okay, we know that many of you have questions. Therefore, we are here to explain the criteria needed for the projects. Okay, I will let my team to share the screen so you guys can see what we are going to share today. All right, to make this simple and quick, we are going to share the Google form of the submission and give you walkthrough. So please feel free to also fill the form while we are doing a walkthrough. You are also encouraged to ask questions in the chat box. If you have any question regarding the submission, our team will help to reply, or me and Arshad will help to answer it in between this session. Okay? All right. So first, the term and condition to join this award is, first you have to be a Malaysian, and then you have to fit for offered age categories. Next, your project must be active for at least 6 months. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me walk through the form now. So this is the form. If you guys dah pernah klik the form link, this is our form to join the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Award 2021. Yeah. So this form is in dua bahasa, dual language. We have Malay language and English language. So, okay. Once you have a project and you want to submit your project for this event, okay. So you have to fill up all this form. first section will be the date when your project start. All right. So as I mentioned just now, your project must be active for at least 6 months. Okay. Project you kena aktif tidak kurang daripada 6 bulan. Okay. Alright, once you dah isi tarikh bila projek you bermula, you have to fill up which category you want to join. Right? Whether you want to join individual 6 to 12 years old or 13 to 17 years old or group 6 to 18 years old. Alright. So maybe you tertanya-tanya mana kategori advocate, right? So we will go through advocate categories after this. Alright? Okay, once you have take your age categories, okay, let's say you take individual 6 to 12 years old, and then you have to choose your project categories. Okay, dekat sini you can take no limit, you can take as many as you want as long as the categories related to your project. Okay. All right. Once you have take your project categories, we move to the next part. Okay. Next part will be, we will need you to tell us a little bit about your project. Okay. Please tell us more about your project. Your paragraph must exceed 350 words. All right, so that we can get better understanding lah on what you are doing now. Okay. After you tell us about your project, please upload your project report, okay, in PDF format. Please note that we will need your project report, not your project proposal. Okay. So my team is showing us on uploading the file. Okay. You can rename your file as project report. Then you can put your name after that. Okay. Let's say project report Diana. Okay. All right. Before I move to the next section, you guys have any question tak? If you guys have, you can raise your hand, or if you guys can also chat in our chat room. All right. Okay. After you dah upload project report, you can upload pula project photos. Okay. Project photos ni behind the scene, on ground masa you tengah buat project you, or masa you tengah meeting, or masa you tengah prep, anything project related photos we will accept lah. That is for our we want to check your project. Okay, right. So my team is showing uploading the project photo. You can upload in PNG file or JPEG. All right. Thank you, Mahawin. So next, we will ask, does this project have an advocate? So to explain what is and who is this advocate, I will let Arshad to explain to you who is advocate. All right. So over to you, Arshad.
All right, thank you, Dee. Can we go to the next, to the advocate part of the form? Okay, thank you. Okay, sebelum kami mula tengok dalam borang ni, saya nak jelaskan sikit. I want to explain a bit about what is an advocate atau pendukung. So an advocate is someone who has helped the nominee in their project. So this can be a friend, this can be a teacher, this can be a community leader, this can be a guardian, or anybody related in any way to the, not just the nominee, but the project. Ini mesti seseorang yang telah membantu nominee dalam menjalankan project. So it is very important in the first place, pada sesiapa yang pernah mencuba untuk anugerah pada tahun lepas, there is a slight change to advocate category di mana awak perlu ada nominee dulu. Jadi awak kena ada seseorang remaja ataupun pemuda yang ada projek yang berkaitan, and as an advocate, you have helped out in that project. So yeah, the first, if you see the form, you can go through it together. The first thing you'll see is your full name. So your full name doesn't have to be Putri, so you put your actual name there, and then your nombor kad pengenalan pendokong, and then after that would be your relationship with the nominee. Again, it doesn't have to be family, it can be friends, it can be community leader, it's up to you. And then mother. And then apakah peranan anda dalam menjayakan projek calon? So this is the this is where you explain how you have helped the nominee to run the project. So one thing that is important is that as an advocate, you would have to have a nominee, and also as a nominee, kalau awak nak mencalonkan seorang pendukung, awak tak perlu menjawab soalan ni dalam, I forgot what's it called in Malay, but you don't have to answer this question in the first person. You don't have to pretend to be your advocate. You can just say, my teacher blah blah blah, ataupun cikgu saya telah membantu saya dengan membuat something, or you can say my teacher has helped me out in so and so ways. So kalau awak nak nominate someone as calonkan, there you go, calonkan someone, seseorang sebagai seorang nominee, or you want to come in as an advocate to fill in this part of the form, that's fine. It's just that it has to have the project involved lah. And then the next one is, mengapa anda rasa anda layak dicalonkan sebagai pendukung di dalam anugerah Tuanku Bainun yang Changemakers 2021. Again, walaupun soalan bertanya tentang anda ataupun they are asking about this unnamed you can still answer it in the third person, if that makes sense. So as the example that Putri has put in, my mother has helped me with the project by, or Putri, can you put a slash, or I was blah 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 blah, a slash, yep. And yeah, so it is two different ways, atau dua cara berlainan awak boleh menjawab soalan tu. Okay, just want to address one thing. If the project happened, let's say a year ago, I mean, given the current timeline, mungkin project awak telah berjalan pada tahun lepas. It doesn't matter if your advocate ataupun pendukung awak is not active, tidak lagi terlibat dalam project. You can still nominate them, even if they might not be active in the project. Okay, for any reason, it could be they lose interest, it could be they move far away, or anything, or they are not, active in the project anyway. They can still be nominated as long as they helped you out. All right. So yeah, I by the way, I see a question in chat. Sham, we'll get back to you in the Q&A, I think. Di?
We will reserve your question and then nanti kita akan jawab soalan ni lah. Okay. Yeah. But Arshad, tadi Mahawi ada tanya, is advocate ni like a mentor? Betul ke?
So an advocate, you can nominate who you feel has helped you out in the project the most. Tapi I will say, as a former judge, I won't be judging this here, but I have judged before, a good advocate is someone yang physically helped you out in the project. So it could be driving you to the place where the project is ran, helping you finance the project, helping you plan out everything. A mentor, if they did help you do that, that's great. But a not so effective advocate would be someone yang hanya memberi kata-kata semangat lah, yang hanya mencetuskan dan semangat dalam diri anda. I'm not saying it's not important, but it is not a good example of a good advocate. Tapi kalau awak tak ada pendukung lain, awak nak cuba mencalonkan seorang yang telah menjadi mentor kepada awak, someone who has been your mentor and has given you the confidence to do something, that is good too. but I will just say a good advocate would be someone who physically has helped you with the project.
All right, thank you so much, Arshad, for the explanation. If you guys still confused what is advocate, can send the question dekat chat box. Later when we do Q&A session, we will have to answer, okay? So now we proceed for the next section first. All right, so this session is about nominees details. So, okay, you have to put your group name if you send application in a group categories. If not, you have to put your name, okay? Let's say your name will be Raisa, okay? And then you have to choose whether you are individual nominee or group nominee, okay? If you hantar kategori secara individu, you tick individu. If you hantar kategori secara berkumpulan, just tick berkumpulan, okay? And then we go through for individu section first. You press, you click next, okay? Right. We will need first your identification number, IC number. Okay, letakkan nombor kad pengenalan yang sah sebab kita memerlukan data-data ni lah untuk kita semak penyertaan anda. Okay. Kemudian sila nyatakan jantina anda. Please state your gender, whether you are male or female. Okay. Next, if you we need your school name, full school name, okay? After that, click next. Okay, now we will need your profile, right? Profile of yourself. Kalau you join as in a group profile lah, menceritakan who are you, sekolah dekat mana, your experience and everything. So called resume tapi untuk you lah, portfolio macam tu kan. Okay. Seterusnya, we will need your photo. There is no limit. You can upload as much as you can dalam section ni. So this photo will be used if you selected as finalist. We will use the photo. So please upload a good photo of you. Okay. And then we will need your address. Please help us to put a valid address so that we can use this address for our management process lah. Okay. Once you have filled up your address, we will need your guardian's full name. If you stay with your parents punya nama. If you stay dengan your auntie punya nama lah. Sesiapa yang menjaga you. Okay. Right. So then we will need penjaga you punya nombor kad pengenalan. Also we will need a valid identification number. Alright. Next, we will need your guardian's contact number. We will need an active phone number so that we can call if you are selected or if we want to add something regarding your application. Alright. So next, once you're done, you just click next. Alright, this is the section where we consider your project. So we will ask you, kenapa project you ni boleh dipertimbangkan sebagai pemenang? Okay, why should this project be considered as potential winner? Alright, so you have to tell us why your project deserves to be chosen as winner of the Young Changemaker Awards this year. Alright, please tell us in a long paragraph so that our judges can see what you do and whether you are entitled to win this award or not. Okay, this is the second last page, and then once you have done, you click next. Okay, so we have reached the last part. This is a consent request and safeguarding. Okay, you have to tell us where did you hear about the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Award. Whether you found it dekat website Women Girls ke, website PKK TV, Instagram, or you heard this from your friends and family. Okay, if other, then just state others. Okay, next, we will need your consent. You have to tick yes that all the details you submit is truthful and accurate. Please note that we have the right to withdraw your application if we found fraud document or fraud fact that you sent. Okay. Next, we will need you to aware that all uploaded files will be used for media and management purpose for women, girls, and KKTB. Okay. Right. Then you can submit your form. All right. Okay. Once you have submit your form, you still have a chance to edit your form. Okay. So you can see this feature. You can edit your response here. All right. Or you want to submit another response, you can click below. All right. So you guys mesti tertanya-tanya kan kalau group macam mana pula. So okay, kita akan get back kepada group pula. Maybe my team can share the screen again. Right. So far you guys ada question tak? Soalan yang macam ragu-ragu berkenaan dengan borang dulu. Lepas ni kita go through berkenaan dengan projek yang you guys nak submit. Okay? Okay. So kita edit bahagian group tadi. Okay, once you tick you are sending your project in a group categories. Okay. Okay, jangan risau kalau you tak ada advocate, just click no je. Nanti this form will go through another section lah yang tak ada kaitan dengan advocate. Okay. Alright. Once you have click group nominee, just click next. Next. Alright. So tak jauh beza for group submission. We will need you to upload a list, a name list. Okay. In the name list, we will need your full name, and then we will need your IC number, your gender, and nama sekolah. So school name ni kadang-kadang dalam group tu tak semua ahli group tu in same school, right? So you have to put lah different school name dalam list name tu. Okay. So my team is uploading the list name. Okay, then you have to click next. Next, we will need your profile. Sama juga macam individu tadi, kita perlukan group profile lah. Okay, and then kita perlukan gambar profile. So sekarang ni kita ada limit pergerakan sikit kan. So kalau you punya team member duduk jauh, you boleh collagekan foto, group foto you, atau you boleh hantarkan juga in satu gambar. If you dah ada gambar group pun boleh juga hantar. Okay, as long as we can see the whole team members lah. Alright. Next, we will need your address, valid address. Kalau macam group, if you hantar atas nama sekolah, you can put school address juga. Okay. Next, guardian's full name. Selalunya if penyertaan daripada sekolah, you can put teacher's name kat situ. We will contact your teacher lah. If you have advocate, you can put your advocate juga. Okay. Alright. So next, IC number. IC number person in charge lah yang you put nama tadi. Alright. Next, we will need your phone number. So the person in charge phone number. If teachers, put teacher's phone number. Okay, click next. And then project consideration, why we should consider your project as a winner. Sama juga macam individual, just tell us more about your project. And then you click next where you know about this award. And also, we will need you to aware that all documents will be used for our management purpose lah, for women, girls, and PKKTB. Okay. So we have go through all the form punya section. All right. And just like that, you have successfully submitted your project to be evaluated by our panel of judges. Senang kan? Sebenarnya senang je, but we kadang-kadang keliru kan sebab banyak sangat section yang ada dalam form tu. Alright, again, feel free to ask questions using the chat box, ya. Okay. Alright, we are all set for the submission. Okay, now we will open for Q&A session. So we have one question. Arshad, maybe you can help to answer from Cikgu Syamsul. Okay, Cikgu Syam tanya, if we are doing environmental related program or projects, and we have a lot of program, wow, can we compile all and make it as a project report?
Yeah, I would recommend for to submit to the YCM awards, I recommend that you sort of create like an umbrella project for everything. So it could be under the name of your school club or an organization, but it's good to have something that sort of umbrellas everything. Kalau tak dia, I don't think boleh je kalau nak hantar like separately, tapi it won't be as effective as sending it under one project. Kalau coming from a judge perspective, sebab easier for us to look at how these collection of projects work together in making a change in the community.
Okay, all right.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, okay. Okay, menjawab ke Cikgu Syamsul. If okay, maybe you can send thumbs up ke. Cikgu Syamsul is our finalist from last year punya categories.
Yeah.
He's very active, guys. I hope Cikgu Syamsul can join us again this year. Okay, so any question?
From Yigluk. Hi Yigluk. Yeah, it's one of our students as well. Can a project nominate for 2 group project and advocate? I'm not sure what you mean there. Do you have 2 projects that you want to submit? Or do you have one group that's doing 2 projects?
Maybe you boleh open mic and just tanya soalan.
Or you can use the chat. It's up to you. So I will say, if you have a group, let's say you have a school club that you have many projects under, you have multiple choices. You can, as I described to Cikgu Syamsul just now, it's good to, you can either, sorry, I assume your name is Cikgu Syam just now, you can either do an umbrella project, ataupun you can choose the strongest project that you think you have and then send that in. Because kadang-kadang, I will say, it doesn't mean that you're doing a lot of projects, it will work to your benefit lah. Kadang-kadang it's good to choose one, your strongest project, and hantarkan tu lah. Walaupun the club or the group aktif dalam menjalankan projek lain, you might have other projects, but it's good to choose the strongest one. Yang paling mantap lah. the best project that you have under your organization or your group or your individual even. Okay, so next question. Tanuja, is this the first stage of the competition? D, can you clarify that for Tanuja? Is he muted or is it just me? Oh, D, you're muted. Diana? Oh, there you go. Okay, anyway, so this is the, when you send in your submission, this works as the nomination and the finals as well. There's no real first stage or second stage. So for this year, we're only going to have one event for the nomination and the awards themselves. If you're familiar with the format of the past few years, we did it where there was one event for nomination and one event for finalists, but this one we're going to combine it into one event. All right, thank you, Sanuja. Arif, Ashraf, possible if you just run the project now and run through after the submission date. So just a bit of context, the reason that we mentioned that the project has to have run 6 months before the submission date, kurang-kurangnya 6 bulan sebelum awak menghantar your application, is because pada tahun lepas dan tahun-tahun sebelumnya juga ada ramai yang menghantar project proposal yang kami sebagai pihak juri dengan also the YCM organizers, kita tak nak project proposal, but instead we want to know what you have already done. So we put the 6 months before. Tapi kalau contoh awak punya project baru berjalan 3 bulan, 4 bulan macam tu, I would recommend awak just try hantar saja, because this time frame isn't necessarily dia bukan petunjuk lah. It's not indicative to your effectiveness of your program. It's just something for us to put so that kita tak mendapat project proposal. What we want are basically reports or stories of the project that you have already done. So, Arif, kalau awak punya project, awak rasa it's a good project tetapi tak sampai 6 bulan and also it's still running, and that's fine too. Sebab kadang-kadang kita nak kira project timeline pun, it depends on who you ask. So some people will say all the planning is also part of the project. Awak mungkin dah plan berbulan baru dapat jalankan event sehari saja. And then there's the jenis program yang menjalan continuously. It could be the events hari, tapi lepas tu awak nak follow up dengan your beneficiaries. Awak mungkin kena, kalau awak buat project botany for example, awak kena tend to your plants and continuously work on your project. So those are the things into consideration. Asalkan setelah berjalan boleh cuba untuk fill in an application. Okay, I'll keep going. Nur Maizara. Actually, I don't understand what type of an example I should submit. Can I send dalam bentuk video? This one, if P or Putri, can we clarify boleh hantar dalam bentuk video? I think boleh, shouldn't be a problem. Kalau you nak hantar video, I think can as your sebagai supplementary lah. Tapi kalau boleh, kami nak tengok laporan juga, sebab laporan penting dalam menunjukkan impak awak, to show your impact of your project. So we can know how many students, how many members of your community awak telah mengimpakkan lah, basically. Let's say if you have a project, let's say it affected 40 children within the community. So awak boleh letak dalam, awak boleh laporkan dalam laporan lah. That's why a report is important. But if you want to send a video together with your report, that's good too. All right, thank you, Maizara. Iza, can a project nominate for 2 Okay, so yeah, Iza was trying to answer Ryan's question. Okay, all right, thank you. Oh yeah, okay, so is there any more questions? Yeah, so just to add on to Iza's point, advocate can apply together with a project, but a project can be applied without an advocate. Okay, so what we want to change this year is the whole idea of an advocate. It has to be linked to a project that a nominee is doing. Kalau tak ada advocate yang, there was a misunderstanding what makes a good advocate, and for us we want to define an advocate sebagai seseorang yang membantu dengan project nominee. So actually, kalau awak rasa awak tak ada advocate pun, try and consider anyone yang telah membantu awak dalam projek ni lah. So it could be your parents has supported you to your project, walaupun sikit, or even though you might not think the impact is big, please do try to nominate them as well. So walaupun a project can be sent without an advocate, I would recommend adding an advocate anyway, or trying to think of a suitable advocate yang even bantu sikit pun tak apa, sebab through your advocate application we can also understand more about your project as well lah. Let's say we can also understand, okay, because they had this advocate, because they had this person helping them, we can see the wider scope of the project, as in like who are the people involved, how big was the project, how impactful was the project. So having an advocate application would definitely help with your own application as well, not just sebagai sebagai calon untuk kategori pendukung lah. Alright. With all participants be rewarded a cert for their efforts. Yes, okay. We have the nod there. Yeah, all participants were rewarded. Yes, yeah, you guys will receive a certificate for your efforts.
Yeah, the winner will receive prize money worth up to 10,000, and then you guys will receive certificate. All peserta yang menyertai this award will receive the certs lah. Even though you are not selected as a winner, you will also receive the cert.
Yes. Make sure there's an effort.
Betul.
Kami ada got receive application yang not quite there in terms of bahan, so it's still up to the organizer to figure out who is deserving of a certificate. Tapi for the most part, asalkan awak hantar and you put your heart into it, then you will receive a certificate for your efforts lah.
Betul.
Yes,
right.
It's a lot of paperwork, but I think in a way it sort of trains you as a project manager. If you have a project of your own, this is something that you should do anyway. Kalau awak tak if you're not filling up an application for the YCM pun, things like reports, things like reflecting on why your project is important, why do you think your project is a good project, these are things that you should do, awak sepatutnya buat sebagai seorang project manager. So yeah.
No worries.
You're welcome, Tanuja.
Yeah, we hope that we can see your application for this year.
Yeah.
Right. So, is there any question? Nak tanya lagi?
Soalan lain ke? Anybody else want? Ryan, I think your question answered already. Yeah. Okay.
Right. If tak ada, you can still tanya lagi. You can DM us on Instagram. Okay. I guess I will close this Q&A session lah, kan Asha, kan?
Yeah, if there's nothing else.
Yeah, okay. All right. So thank you so much for asking. You guys are awesome. We can't wait to meet all of you virtually on our awards night on 19 November, 8 p.m. We will be on YouTube. Please save the date. And hey, we are not ending the session yet. I'm so excited to announce this part. Do submit your projects and stand a chance to win prize from a prize pool of 10,000. Wow, I feel like I want to submit a project too. All right, so can't wait to know who will be the winners. Okay, just now Tanuja asked when will be the closing date for the submission. We will close our submission on 17th October. So please submit your submission as soon as possible so that you won't miss the deadline. And then if you nak edit the form, you still have the chance lah to edit your application. Just in case tiba-tiba you dapat invitation to a talk show like Astro, you can add your portfolio juga lepas tu. Okay, just first submit dulu your submission and then you can edit later. Alright, so that I have another exciting announcement. We are also hosting the Tuanku Bainun Young Changemakers Summit 2021 This will take place a few weeks before our awards night. So follow us on social media. Okay, we will share screen. What is our social media? All right. Okay, summit will take place a few weeks before our award nights. So our social media is shown on the screen. Our Instagram, Women Girls. Instagram for Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak Tuanku Bainun. PKK Tuanku Bainun. Facebook, Women Girls. Twitter, Women Girls _ our website www.womengirls.org, or you can also visit Pusat Kreatif Kanak-Kanak punya website www.pkktuankubainun.com. Right, just hit us on DM if you have any question yang you lupa nak tanya hari ni. Okay? Okay, please do spread the word on the project submission to your family and friends. You can also share our posters on Instagram. Okay, just click the share button. All right, and again, please submit your project early so you won't miss the deadline. Don't worry, you can still edit your submission before the deadline if you would like to make any changes. Okay, thank you everyone for your time and participation. We will really appreciate you guys tune in, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. All right, last but not least, don't forget to submit your project. See you on Summit Day and Awards Night. Assalamualaikum. Good day. All right, bye-bye. Bye, Tanuja.
Bye.